Keep myself locked up in a need a little bit of love on a bag of bones. Keep myself locked up in a telephone. Got a burnout light in a tortured soul. Screaming at my creator, trying to find a home. I gotta say I like when you open the window. You bring the air from my lungs to breathe. And when I feel your touch, I guess it's never gonna change. Always tomorrow left to blame. Oh my baby, don't they drive you fucking crazy? Some days we tiptoe towards the sun, always on the run. Oh my baby, don't they drive you fucking crazy? You know a love like you could really make my life great. Put your head on my shoulder, it'll be okay. Try to do a little dance when I'm on the stage, tearing down these walls of yesterday. I gotta say I like when you open the window. You bring the air from my lungs to breathe. And when I feel your touch, I guess it's never gonna change. Always tomorrow left to blame. Oh my baby, don't they drive you fucking crazy? Some days we tiptoe towards the sun, always on the run. Oh my baby, don't they drive you fucking crazy?
What's up, guys? We are live. Welcome to another Underground St. Louis interview. We are a show that brings you a street-level view of the greater St. Louis area, taking you deep into the topics that matter the most to St. Louisans. I am your host, Sam Catanzaro, and to my left, we have the man in the chair, our executive producer, Booster. What's up, Booster?
Hey, nothing much. Glad to be back in the chair after missing a show. But
yes,
I 100% want to remind all of our viewers tonight that you need to participate in those comments. This is going to be a very good underground interview, and you definitely want to be in on the question and answer time.
Yes, definitely. Guys, you want to comment down below, okay? Tell us what you think. You guys can also call in live at 314-732-0303. Again, that is 314-732-0303. And tonight, we have the return of the man, the myth, the legend. He is a St. Louis comedian, director, producer, writer, podcaster, and actor. He is also the host of the best show in the universe, the Anthony Rogers Show, and is currently running to be the Republican nominee for the representative of the 1st District of Missouri, Mr. Rogers himself. Welcome back, Anthony. How you doing, man?
Thanks, man. That's probably the nicest introduction I've ever had in my life.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Does he have his mic on? Does he?
Yeah, you just need to talk a little bit
Talk a
closer.
little closer,
Yeah, you can move it if you need
Which
to.
one's his?
I was saying
No,
that was a really
it's already
nice
on.
intro.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. No, you know what? The last time you were here, the last interview that we did, that was actually our biggest interview that we've ever had done.
That's
like
awesome.
I think we had over like 15,000 views and shit like that. Like, oh yeah. And I was like, you know what? Like I met you through, I was looking for a blog writer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was, and so the, and then you came in and you like messaged and you're like, hey, I can write some articles for you. And then I looked you up and I was like, damn, this guy does everything. And it was kind of like a rabbit hole going down, for you, just to kind of see. So,
Well, I appreciate that, man.
oh yeah, absolutely, guys. If you are watching, make sure if you haven't already, subscribe to us over on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Also, if you like our show, invite your friends to follow us. And you can always check out our website at undergroundstl.com. Undergroundstl.com for exclusive content, because after all, we go deep. Let's jump right in, man. Let's dive. Booster, what's our first topic of the night, babe?
Well, since it's an interview and not an Underground STL live, our warm-up conversation tonight is going to be that Anthony Rogers, as you mentioned, is running for the 1st District in Congress for the state of Missouri.
That's
true.
crazy.
Everything you said is true.
God. All right.
August 4th, vote for me. It's Tuesday.
August
Watching
4th.
live.
Yes.
Vote
So
for me Tuesday.
So Tuesday night or Tuesday day, get out and vote for Anthony if you want to. Since the last time you were here, you've been pretty busy on your campaign trail. How's that going for you so far?
Oh, it looks like an easy win in the primary.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Looking good. I'll start trying around November to beat Clay now.
How confident are you? Like 100% confident? Are we talking like 92% confident?
In the primary?
Yeah, the primary.
Oh yeah, 100%.
100% confident.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, you got.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
No, nothing. No, I'm not gonna nothing.
No, have you have like some big people endorsing you, don't you?
Oh yeah. So yeah. Some good. On video, I got like Roger Stone, Dr. Uwe Boll was in his movie Rampage Present Downs on Netflix. I got some other people, I guess porn stars, fucking like a bunch of people endorse me without fucking like doing videos, but like they just tell me like, oh, I mean it's weird. It's day to day. Some days it's like has some evil shit. Other days it's some good shit.
Well, like you were saying, you posted this morning that you woke up and Channel 9 followed you on Twitter.
That was yesterday. Channel 9 followed me on Twitter, and I tried to, after they followed me, I was like, I've been a fan since I was a kid. Can I be the next Mr. Rogers? I messaged him, and I shared it on Twitter, and he got like a couple hundred like likes. So I'm hoping it works out.
You got the name for it, too.
It works out. Yeah, I was born into it. It's like
I put on Facebook, I said, Mr. Rogers returns for the title of our Facebook interview. So I hope no one's watching this hoping to see a guy, in a sweater. Yeah, exactly. So,
Will you be my neighbor?
So you're running for the 1st Congressional District of Missouri.
Yes, sir.
So what does that include? What areas is that?
It's basically the St. Louis City area, and then some of the North County, and then like surrounding cities around. The thing is, like, everybody calls themselves from St. Louis, but St. Louis has city limits.
Right.
So the city limits, and then a couple, like, I mean, there's like Maplewood, Richmond Heights. There's like 20 of them basically. Little towns around St. Louis basically.
Yeah, that's so like it's weird because like Webster Groves is in there, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes,
like
sir.
it's it, but then you have like places in North County, and then you got the city, and the lines are kind of drawn, so weird. But so you're running for the 1st District of Missouri. Now this is the United States Congress. This is House of Representatives.
Yeah,
okay, I think a lot of people, like when we had you on, I think a lot of people thought that you were local. You're running for a local seat. It's like no. This is a federal seat. This is a representative in U.S. House of Representatives.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, I think that's awesome. What's your platform that you are running on?
Oh, basically, I ask people what they want me to do because I represent them.
Mm-hmm.
I decided not to like make up lies and like say lobbyist bullshit and be like, well, hey, this is my point on buzzword issues. I just go, what do you want me to do because I represent you? And a lot of people have been telling me, and I got some good ideas so far.
So like a politician should do.
No, I mean that's what a representative literally is. Like,
right.
A lot of them just are on their own dick and have like their ego, and they're like, "This is what I'm gonna do," and it's not even about me. It's like how it's about everybody. I'm like one out of 700,000, so my voice matters, but not like as the only voice.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like write your congressman. That's the thing. Write your congressman. If you have any concerns, write your congressman.
Yeah.
Congressman, you're the guy that I'm gonna write.
Yeah.
Do you think that a lot of people don't know who their congressman is?
Yeah.
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 I mean,
I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, like constituents and stuff like that. That I grew up in, I guess, the 2nd District of Missouri. I don't know who the hell mine is.
Yeah, well, most people out here, they vote for Clay's dad, or the incumbent's dad, has been in office since like the 60s, and he's been in office since 2001. So basically, a lot of these older voters think they're voting for his dad still. They're just not educated voters, really. And like, so I mean, it'll be pretty easy. Like, if he loses his primary, it'd be funny. But if not, it'd be funny either way. I don't know. It seems interesting. It's like right now, like the Republican primary is pretty easy. I got the St. Louis GOP backing me. I got. I know more people in the town. It's like lame, but that's easy.
Yeah.
It's like, just like the person I was running against is from like Minnesota or something. Has no idea.
What's funny is we talked about this, and the Clays who are in office right now. It's almost like they have a political dynasty.
Yeah,
which is so crazy.
Well, I mean, look how many millions of people left the town since they've been in office.
That's true. Yeah, it's very eye opening. So August 4th, getting out and vote. And what do people have to do to vote? I mean, do people have to,
go to
have
my
a
website.
Republican card? Do they just have to, show their voter ID? I mean, how do you vote in the primaries?
Okay, basically, you would ask what I would suggest anyway. They start with wizard. What I would suggest is go there and just say you're nonpartisan. So you could vote Democrats, Republicans, whatever you want.
Okay.
But if you say you're just Republican or Democrat, you won't be able to vote those primaries. So if you specifically are only going to vote for me, get the Republican primary. But there's some good people on there too, like Robert Vorman for treasurer, some other people.
Yeah.
But I think that I would be the nonpartisan one personally, and then you could vote across the board what you want and actually have an educated decision on your thing rather than just vote blindly political party.
Gotcha. So
my website covers that, AnthonyRogers2020.com.
and we got it. We got it here on your camera. We got if you flip to his camera booster,
Cool.
we got it down.
Yeah.
If you guys are watching on YouTube or Facebook,
That's right here.
AnthonyRogers2020.com. There you go, right there. Yep, there you go. You got it.
Right there.
He's not that good at fingering, but he's probably gonna make a good representative
Yeah.
there. So yeah, absolutely. No, so guys, yeah, definitely. But yeah, if you're watching us, this is Underground STL. It's an interview. It's not a live show. Well, we are live, but it's not one of our live Monday shows. Booster, why don't you tell them where they can find us on? Go ahead. Oh, there you go. Let's get Booster.
Hey, there I am. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, folks. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. We need you to hit that subscribe button because
Hit
it
that
really
subscribe
helps
button,
us out.
notification
like all of
button.
our posts because, again, that's how the algorithm knows that you enjoy the content that you're viewing.
Absolutely.
Okay? And not to mention, get in those comments. We really like to hear from you. Again, we do this show for you guys. Like, we don't do it
Exactly.
for ourselves. Like, we want to have a show where St. Louisans can come together and discuss issues free of
And just
persecution.
live as
And
one,
yeah,
man. Yeah.
we're a city, babe. Like,
Hell yeah.
I want to give everyone in St. Louis a big hug right now, like a big bear hug.
Okay. All right. You're done. All right. No, but yeah, guys, please follow us on Facebook, YouTube, all that kind of stuff. Moving to the second topic, this is really good. St. Louisans giving each other hugs. Why do they call them St. Louisans? Booster, what's the second topic of the night, babe, that we're going to cover?
Should the Apotheosis of St. Louis statue in front of the Art Museum in Forest Park be taken down?
Yeah. So just to kind of give you guys a little background on this, I'm going to kind of rant for a little while because I think that we need to set the context here before we discuss with Anthony kind of what's been going on with the statue of St. Louis. So if anybody here is listening, the Apotheosis statue of St. Louis, here's a little background. So the city of St. Louis was founded in 1764 by French fur traders Pierre Leclerc and Auguste Chouteau. They named it after possibly the most famous king of France, Louis IX, aka St. Louis. King Louis IX was named king of France at 12 years old after his father's death. He consolidated France's power to the crown, settled disputes between other Christian kings, introduced the presumption of innocence into legal proceedings. That means innocent until proven guilty. He led 2 crusades into Muslim-controlled lands, gave more money to the poor than any king before him, oversaw the disputation of Paris in 1240, was the only French king to be canonized as a saint by the Catholic Church due to his martyrdom in Tunisia, his pious lifestyle, his charity for the poor, his patronage of the Holy Church, and his relentless efforts to ensure peace amongst Christians. I know, right? The Apotheosis.
That was actually fascinating.
Oh, yeah. The Apotheosis of St. Louis is a statue of King Louis IX of France located in front of the St. Louis Art Museum in Forest Park. It was erected in 1906, designed by Charles Henry Niehaus, blah, 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 blah. It served as the symbol of St. Louis until the 1960s until the arch was built. So, yeah, it was actually the symbol of St. Louis before the arch. Now, there is controversy over the statue after over 100 years of it being up. On one side, they are saying that Louis was a racist, Islamophobic, anti-Semite who confiscated and burned the Talmud, and 665 years before Adolf Hitler became Chancellor of Germany, he required Jewish people to wear an identification badge in public. On the other side, people believe that St. Louis was an example of an imperfect man who strived to live a life modeled after Jesus Christ, a monarch who visited the sick, cared for lepers, invited the poor to dine with them, and used his kingship to do good for his people. There have been numerous protests in front of the statue recently, both for and against taking it down. The statue has been defaced with graffiti, and at least one man was even assaulted and one man arrested. So, do you guys think that the statue should be removed, or do you think it should stay up? Anthony, what's your take on this, man?
I think it's a dumb buzzword issue, basically, that distracts people from actual issues, but I do think the statue should probably stay where it's at, unless the owner wants to change it or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's public property.
Yeah.
At this
Well, then,
point.
yeah. If the city wants to do it, then feel free. I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like a non-issue. It's like really. It's dumb.
Yeah, the funny thing was I talked to Booster the other night about this, and I said that, hey man, like if you want to take a statue down, if you're a group of people, protesters or whatever, and you want to take a statue down, I think that you should go about it the right way. You shouldn't tear it down. You shouldn't deface it. If you guys want to hold a protest in front of it, that's fine. But defacing public property or destroying public property, you know what I'm saying? That's illegal, man. You know what I'm saying? Go through, write your congressman, write whoever, you know what I'm saying? And then have it taken down lawfully and not unlawfully. And I think a lot of people, they look at, well, let's tear it down. It's racist. It's assaulting us. And they go about it the completely wrong
I'm not
way.
sure when people that cry got like the rule became the rule makers. They're like, well, I'm sad, so here's a rule. It's like you're allowed to be sad and upset, but like I don't necessarily think you're a rule maker or somebody to take seriously. And it's like kind of like a nanny crybaby culture where you're just like you cater to the weakest possible little bitch.
Yeah.
Like rather than like somebody that does, it's like, oh, okay, let's listen to this little bitch has an opinion. Let's change the world for one little bitch.
Yeah.
It's like why? It's like that's not how the world works.
He's crying, so we can't have this. Even though
not
one
how it
person out of like 30, is might be the loudest voice. And you know what? Usually it's like, it's a loud minority. I feel that want it.
Yeah, like these people are insane and idiots. Who cares?
Yeah.
It's like I wouldn't even give them press.
Yeah.
Like I'd be like, okay, you want to kill each other in front of a statue? Have fun, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
it's retarded.
Here's the funny thing is St. Louis lived in the 1200s. It's 2020 right now.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's it's almost a millennia removed. So the funny thing is like we look at today like we're righteous and we're just, and we live in this time where we are very, very fortunate, and we have seen the horrors of humanity, and we know right from wrong more so than probably our predecessors. But can history really be viewed through modern day eyes, or should history be viewed within the context of the time that it occurred? You get what I'm,
Both, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, we should be able to actually look at history, and know what we know today and look at history in the past. But we also have to put ourselves in that time period. This is why people did this.
Yeah.
They didn't know the right from wrong. What do you think, Booster?
I mean, as you mentioned, we talked about this the other night, and you know me, I'm more on the left side of things, so I understand that in the past, acts of civil disobedience, crimes were committed by civil rights activists.
Oh, we got a call coming in here. All right, let's go ahead. All right. Welcome. You are on Underground STL. You are live. Who are we speaking with?
Anthony Rogers took a shit on my porch.
Who are we speaking with tonight? Oh, never mind.
No, he's gone. Okay.
All right. Well, somebody.
Do you get that a lot?
What did he say? What did he say?
He said, Anthony Rogers took a shit on my porch.
You know what? The funny thing with Anthony is like you don't know what to expect because so many people love you, but yet so many people they do not support you. And then, but you're a comedian also, and so you have tons of comedian friends as well. So you never know. I know, like who knows?
Really?
I know who's that? Like, was that a friend? Was that
I have no idea that was.
Does that happen to you a lot? Like when you
People ask me if I shit on their porch a lot. Is that the question?
that was the question. Yeah.
No.
I think
That's never. Nobody's ever asked me if I shit on their porch before. But I actually have shit on people's porches as a kid, right? They're supposed to say.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
sure.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
we're doing it right now. We're shitting on porches right now.
That's. I
Live.
think I'm kind of a little afraid to go outside because he came to the front porch, but he was out there for a little bit before I could come down and get him. So there probably is just a big giant shit on my front porch.
Yeah, why
And the
not?
callers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Booster, what were you saying, man? About,
no, you're fine.
Viewing history through modern eyes or
Yeah.
viewing history through.
So I was getting
in the
into,
context of the time period.
Civil rights activists during the 60s obviously committed crimes in order to advance the cause of civil rights.
Mm-hmm.
Now, many, if not all of those, were non-destructive. They went with a non-violence, so I don't necessarily support tearing down statues. Someone could get hurt. That is a fair thing to say.
Well, I feel like we're going to look in the past where we like Democrats fought for slavery. They created the KKK. I mean,
Yeah.
if we're
mean-
going to look at history, you can't just pick the things you want. You're going to be like
90 years ago. So.
well, that's
yeah.
a
Where I'm
that's a
going with.
non-passive
But
civil
see,
rights
that's
movement.
that's 90 years ago, whereas this was in 1200 something. Like this is,
I wasn't done.
Okay,
God.
go ahead.
All right. That was my whole point. No, but I would say I support removal of statues of Confederate leaders and famous racists. I mean, like, I'm against people, in other times, but
Like the
the
Democratic
statues
Party.
specifically
Like,
erected.
for example, the Democratic Party fought for slavery, so we should get rid of them.
Yes.
Okay,
Well,
cool. Yeah, let's get rid of them.
technically
I'm with
technically
him.
speaking,
I'm with, you got
they
me. I'm on your side.
They flipped philosophies a while
Oh,
back.
yeah. That was the
apparently.
old Democrats that killed all the black
Yeah.
people and hung them from trees.
Yeah,
and fucking,
well, yeah.
It was the old Democrats. Oh, no.
I
You
think-
guys.
And yeah, here's the thing. Like me as a history,
That's what I
me
mean.
as,
Like, you can't just pick the stories you want. You can't be like, well, this guy's racist, you can't have a statue. But the Democratic Party that fought for slavery, created the KKK.
you're cherry picking at that point.
Yeah,
you
no,
know,
it's like-
you're cherry
yeah,
picking
it's
your
like-
history.
It's like
And to me, as a as somebody that has a degree in history and is a historian
I saw
and
that
all that
actually.
kind of
I
stuff.
was
Oh
reading
yeah.
history. I saw that. That's
Oh
cool.
yeah, man. Yeah, and so like I look at it like all history, like when we're destroying history, even if it's like history that I don't like man, those are bad people or this and that, blah blah. Blah. When people destroy history, I'm like, oh my god, it's like somebody's running over my dog. You know what I'm saying? Or a dog. It may not
like
be
shitting on
my
your
dog.
porch.
Yeah, it's shitting on my porch.
Like
Exactly.
the caller said.
Exactly. Like because I look at it and I think like all history should be preserved because look at all that knowledge that goes away and the opportunity to learn from it goes away. And that I think is what breaks my heart. So do I agree with the Confederate flag should be flown over a state courthouse? No. Or a federal courthouse? No. But do I agree if somebody wants to fly a Confederate flag or wants to put up a statue in their yard or whatever, that's fine. You might lose friends over
Can
it.
we call it the Democrat flag?
The Democrat flag, the Dixiecrats
Yeah,
flag.
the Democrat flag.
Yeah.
I think.
I know. Technically, it was like the Tennessee war flag. Or
Yes, it
something
was.
Like
Thank you
that.
for having a brain. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Wow. Yeah. You hang out with smart people, Stanley.
Yeah. It
Most
was
people-
not.
most
It
people
was
call it
not.
the Confederate
Yeah.
flag. It's not even, it's not even the Confederate flag.
But it was.
Yeah,
so it was not.
technically speaking.
Yes,
wasn't
it was
the
not
Confederate.
flown as the legitimate flag of the Confederate Army. Correct.
Tennessee
Yeah.
battle flag. Tennessee people did.
But
a
it
couple
did-
other states did. A couple other states.
But didn't the Dixiecrats use it afterwards? Like in
we call them
campaigns
Democrats? I'm
and
not
stuff
sure
like
if
that.
Dixiecrats are.
Well, Dixiecrats, like
The-
Southern Democrats,
The
like
Democrats.
in
Okay.
the
Sorry.
Democrats.
So the Democrats. Sorry. So the Democrats. Yeah, they flew that flag. They flew that flag. Hell was.
I'm just saying, all those states now are elect Republicans.
Yeah.
So I
Yo,
mean,
those the old Democrats that call the black people. It was the old me.
So a little bit of both. With can history be really be viewed through modern eyes? I mean, we can view it
mean,
through modern eyes, but
yeah.
you have to look at the
I
context.
do agree.
You know.
I do agree that there's only so far you can go back, and I don't know if there's like a limit. Like how far are we going to re-legislate history with modern values? Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like are we going to go all the way back to like Jesus Christ? Or are we going to go all the
Right.
way back to
Can we
like
fix actual
400
problems
BC?
instead of creating fake non-issue problems?
I mean, I agree.
Can we
This
fix
is-
like actual
it's
fucking problems?
very stupid.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's like, let's
I
feed the
get it.
homeless. Let's fucking feed the hungry, house the homeless. Let's worry about some real shit. And then let's let the crybabies around statues be crybabies around statues. Let's fucking change the world and fuck them.
There you go.
Like, it's like
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Like it's like arguing about what your favorite card is. Like a public issue. Now.
Oh, it's
like-
got to be
it's
Courtney
like,
for
are
me.
you a what kind of
Courtney?
pizza roll are you?
Oh yeah, Courtney.
Courtney.
Yeah.
Courtney Kardashian has
That's who you're
had
gonna
the
support?
least
No, I'm
work
fucking
done.
around.
Has had the least work done. She's the oldest. She's great. No, so
Find
all
out
right.
next what kind of pizza roll you are.
So
We'll argue about it.
all right, so as far as like looking at
Supreme.
history and stuff
Supreme.
like that, the
Fuck you,
destruction
Pepper.
of statues.
you,
Fuck
Pepper.
you, man.
Fuck
I'm
you,
mad about pizza
Supreme.
rolls. I'm mad about pizza rolls. All right, sorry. Guys.
No, you're fine.
We're summing up American society.
So
Yeah.
should unlawful
In Totino's.
destruction of these statues be allowed as free speech? If somebody
That's
looks
not free
at
speech.
Okay.
That's vandalism.
All right.
Look.
And,
Unless you own it.
So I mean, President Trump signed an executive order protecting U.S. monuments. You know what I'm saying? So like
Yeah.
these people, if they go in and like let's say a whole group is there, but like 3 people actually were responsible for taking down the statue, should they be prosecuted
Wait, what's the question?
for destroying public property or
Yes.
all that kind of stuff?
I mean, if there's a world left still, yes, prosecute him.
Booster, are you still do you agree on that? What's your views on that?
I agree with prosecute. Oh, here we go.
we got
again.
an incoming call. Oh, it's
Yeah,
a Booster
quit
talk.
talking when I talk.
Every time he talks to me.
All right. What's up? You are live on Underground St. Louis. Who do we have the pleasure of speaking with?
What's up, fellas? It's Kevin.
Oh, hey,
Hey,
Kevin.
Kevin.
How you doing,
Hey,
babe?
Kevin, how you been?
Good.
Kevin,
No,
what's your
I
view
guess-
on what's your view on taking down the St. Louis statue?
I specifically on that issue, I just think that I agree with Sam a lot where it's hard to erase something when there isn't as much known because it was as long ago as it was. I know that wasn't really necessarily Sam's point, but
A little bit.
I mean,
yeah.
you can kind of lose some of the facts and like kind of the mist of history. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's so far ago, it's so long ago.
Yeah.
I feel like people have no
I
control
think
over their lives.
that
They blame
the
dead people for
focus,
everything.
the focus of history should maybe switch more so to outside of the traditional sense of where we are taught it. So, recently I heard somebody say, rather than focusing on the George Washingtons and the Thomas Jeffersons and those people that are iconic, and maybe it's because they were white or whatever it may be, focusing on the other leaders that actually gave to the revolution just as much as those people, but they were just more well known because they were the first president.
Gotcha.
And so I think that there are other people outside of that, role of that stereotypical white male that contributed just as much more.
Mm-hmm.
And those points need to be taught more in history to be given more perspective of we're not just one person. We're not just that stereotype. Everybody came together and participated in order to become who we are today. And whether that is good or bad, all of it needs to be a part of the conversation in order for us to.
So you're saying
that
don't,
is what I think is the point that people.
So you're saying don't silence a character from history, but go dive deeper into history and find other characters that were just as important.
I like that actually.
Right.
Yeah.
Find other
I
points
like
and
Kevin's idea
perspectives
through
that
your
people
words.
that can relate to.
Well, hey, Kevin, thank you for calling in, man. We got a lot more issues to
welcome.
solve. Thanks, bud.
Vote for me too.
Hey,
Oh, we
Sorry,
hung
Kev-
up on it.
Sorry, Kevin.
Kevin, we're on a tight schedule here.
All right.
Friggin' yeah. No.
Fun fact:
for
the
it.
state of New York abstained from the vote for revolution. So there you go.
Oh, really? So New York did not want to revolt.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, they had British soldiers at
Makes
that
sense.
time docked in their ports. So if they voted for revolution, all they had to do was step onto the dock and they were there. So.
I think here's the thing. I think that there's an ignorance of history here, and one thing, me knowing it, like you were saying, like the Democratic Party, we're mostly like, if you ask, I guarantee you, tons of people what party was responsible for freeing the slaves, they would say the Democratic Party today. It was Republican Party, and I think a lot of people, it's just ignorance on that point, and it's not like we're calling them stupid or whatever. I just think like in society now, there's not this big push of teaching American history to a T and showing how important that really is. Because here are some of the chalk markings and graffiti that was found surrounding the statue of St. Louis or on the statue of St. Louis. It says, "No KKK." What the hell did St. Louis have to do with KKK? It says, "No fascists." Black Lives Matter. The Star of David. And we'll get into that. Apparently, he was looked at as a persecutor of Judaism. St. Louis was. So the Star of David makes more sense than the last phrases that I said. Loser was put on there, probably by a loser.
Everybody's projecting.
Yeah, I know,
Everybody's
right?
Projecting
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
Colonizer was put on there, which I don't really think he colonized anything. He led a crusade, but it really wasn't.
People colonizing his name.
Yeah,
I
It's
mean,
whack.
yeah, crossing out the engraved word saint and just leaving Lewis, like just like you're not a saint. And then and God said, this is a quote that was actually written on the statue, and God said, "Take this racist shit down." I want to know where in the Bible God curses. Like, that's what I want to know, because I'm going to read that.
They usually
passage.
just murders people.
Do you think this is just
before the New Testament, I guess.
yeah? Do you think this is just an
God doesn't
ignorance
F
of-
around.
Yeah,
He
floods
sends,
the earth.
yeah, he sends a fucking flood.
Yeah, Noah said "fuck you all." I mean, God told me "fuck you all." Like Noah's like, it's on the story.
Oh,
He
God.
doesn't. He what is that? Lil Wayne line?
I don't know.
Real G's move in silence like lasagna.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, all
That's
right,
terrible.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's got to be a time where God just looks down at this planet and goes, "Son of a bitch," like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta fix this again. No, but like, do you think that with all those sayings there, do you think that what that mean besides the Star of David being put on there, because somebody knew that he was responsible for some of the persecution of the Jews in France?
Yeah.
Is that an ignorance of history? Like no KKK around the
I'm gonna
St.
go,
Louis the Ninth sign?
I'm gonna go ahead and say this. Find a monarch in that time that wasn't something,
Semitic, yeah,
or
yeah.
anti-something, I guarantee you
Yeah.
you won't find it.
Yeah, it's
All right, Frederick the Great. All right,
That's why we got rid of monarchies with America.
Yeah.
Russian
We already solved that
pogroms. I
problem.
mean, like, there's so many
Yeah.
people that were like, like gypsies and Jews essentially were like kept outside of the city. They were segregated from society.
yeah.
So it's like it's hard to. Like you could pretty much paint all of history with that brush.
Well, the funny thing
it
was
just
with
feels
like
like kind of a hollow.
with
comment.
the disposition of France that he oversaw, that was with the Jews. There was somebody that came forward with
Jews?
passages. The Jews,
Oh, okay.
the Jews,
The guys these are the Jews.
the Jews. No, but
Why is
like,
OJ
there was-
in this?
There was somebody that came forward in France back then and took passages from the Talmud and said these go against Christian teachings. And saying like Jews are said to kill other Jews, and there was basically like a trial that was had in France, and a bunch of rabbis spoke, and the end result was that followers under Louis IX said, this was in Louis IX's court, but followers said, no, the Talmud needs to be, shut away from the land. It goes against Christian teaching. And they burned a whole bunch of books of Talmud and everything like that.
I was going to say,
yeah.
like, a lot of Europeans used to think that Catholics were cannibals because they, quote unquote, ate the body and blood of Christ.
Yeah,
when it turned out to just be bread and
it's
wine.
like this.
What a
this
letdown.
I know.
it's like this
Would have
misunderstanding.
been so much more interesting.
It's this misunderstanding, like, back in the 1200, you know what I'm saying? Like, over 800 years ago. And that I don't think that we would understand today unless we lived back there in that time. We got another caller.
Another caller.
Here we go.
All right. I'll take this one.
All right, go for it.
All right, what's up? What's up? You're live on Underground STL. Who's this?
It's Victoria.
Oh, it's Victoria.
Hi, Victoria.
Hi, Victoria.
Hi,
How are
Victoria.
you?
Strong name.
What's your
Hi.
it's a very pretty name. Victoria, what's your views on the St. Louis statue being taken down or possibly staying up?
Well,
She doesn't give a fuck.
I
She doesn't give a fuck.
think
What's
tearing
up?
down monuments doesn't erase history, right?
That's true.
Right, but they're written
So-
down. They're written down in books, and then they are written in monuments and in places.
But it
So
doesn't erase the
does-
history, is what she's saying.
True. Yeah. it
Victoria,
does.
go ahead with your point. Expand on your point.
If you tearing down the statue doesn't change what happened, it also doesn't change people's current mindset.
That's very true. Victoria, can I read you something here real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah, so St. Louis's Islamic Foundation said that removing the statue will not erase the history of tensions between Christians and Muslims over the years. So you agree with that?
I mean, is anything going to erase any tension between any race, religion, culture?
That's very true. That's very
I
true.
mean,
Do
look
you-
in the
What does the baby think about
I know. I was gonna say, what is your kid in the background?
Yeah. What does
think
your
of that?
child think? What is his opinion?
this is Rosie. She's got a lot to say.
She's got a lot to
Oh, she
say.
does?
That's funny. Yeah, no, I think we're on the same. I think you and I, at least, Victoria, are on the same page.
You guys got a lot
Absolutely.
in common.
Yeah,
You guys got a
it's not gonna it's not gonna erase.
You guys are like soulmates. They're just two
It's-
souls. They're just like drawn together, you know?
It's not going to erase history, and you know what? Like you said, you made a good point. What is going to erase history? Nothing. History happened.
I feel
it's
like
there.
I feel like we're in a situation where somebody's just like, I don't like pizza and I want to eat pizza anyway, and I'm like, I don't care. Like, here's my opinion. I'm like, okay, that's your
Yeah.
opinion on food. That's cool. I'm still eating whatever the fuck I want. It's like someone like it's like you're allowed to like cry and complain. I just don't have to validate it.
Yeah, Victoria, thank you for calling in so much and giving your opinion.
Hey, no problem.
Keep watching. Stay tuned.
And you know the callers call us at 911-240-5678.
we had two callers in there. We had her and her baby.
Yeah.
Whoever that was in the background.
the
Yeah,
chorus of our
that
point.
baby probably has more balls than a lot of
Reaching
people out there, yeah.
demographics there, Sam.
Hey guys, if you want to
Good
call
job,
in,
guys.
remember you guys can call in at 314-732-0303. Again, that is 314-732-0303. But yeah, I think it's just an ignorance of history, honestly, of people knowing certain things. So according to KSDK, Mayor Lyda Crewson does not support the removal of the statue. I want to get into this and kind
She's
of
a lesbian, right? She's probably a lesbian.
I I don't know.
She seems like one. I don't know.
Lida?
Not a mean one. I'm just
Like,
asking.
yeah, I don't know.
She's from Iowa too. I don't know why she's here. It's weird.
Is she married or anything
I
like
don't know.
that?
To a
or-
girl probably.
I mean, all you have to do.
was-
I don't know how long it takes to be a mayor, or how long you have to
yes.
live in a city. I don't know how long.
Are you
To be
with logic
gay,
Right now? Are you
or-
using logic right now? To be a lesbian or to be a mayor? Yeah.
No, to be mayor of a city,
be a
but
lesbian wherever you want, okay.
yeah.
It's like in Seinfeld. It's like, yeah, they're gay. Not that there's anything wrong with
It's like
it.
nice pantsuit.
Absolutely,
You know, it's
yeah,
like she has a nice pantsuit.
absolutely.
Like, I feel like
You know what? I really haven't. I've heard more
think
about
she has
her
a
than
husband.
I've heard more about her than I've read about her or watched about her.
yeah. I've heard more than I wanted to.
So anyway, so this is one of the leaders, Umar Lee, one of the leaders of the group wanting to tear down the statue, and he is very convicted.
He's a
watched,
KKK leader?
He's got a lot of no.
He's not the KKK?
No, he's not. Yeah, his name is Umar.
Umar.
So yeah,
They don't allow Mars and KKK. Are they just gonna be black? I know the rules.
I
I know
don't
the
know.
rules. They let other people in the KKK or just not black people.
Apparently
no,
they
I'm pretty
let-
sure it's just white people.
Apparently they have
Nobody else? Okay.
they have alliance. They have an alliance, and I could be wrong on this, but I heard that KKK has alliance with black people that want to keep the races separate because they believe in the same thing
They're
in
segregationists
that
rather than
regard.
racists or
Yeah,
something,
they're segregationists.
So
But
weird.
no, Umar Lee, one of the leaders of the group wanting to tear down the statue, and he has a lot of conviction. I watched some videos on him. He said, "quote We should not have to come out of the art museum and be assaulted by the statue. It needs to come down."
Assaulted by a statue? Is he retarded?
Yeah, can
Who's
a
this
statue
guy?
really assault
Who the
you
fuck
though?
is this guy? Who's
I
this
don't-
guy?
He's
Do
a
you know
leader
who
of
he is
this. He's a leader of the group.
The
That-
leader of what group?
the group freaking supporting the
Fuck
statue
that
coming
guy.
down,
Who's
babe.
This guy? Who's this guy? Like, oh man, the guy has an opinion. Cool. I guess.
Yeah,
Who the
but
fuck is this guy?
he's very, very vocal, and he's been on the KSDK has interviewed him.
Never heard
Camo V, I think, wrote an article about him. But he says like we should not have to be assaulted by this
By a
statue.
statue.
Can a statue really assault you?
No, but I feel like he's just trying to assault the statue. It's projection. It's almost like a blatant
The
projection.
only time I've seen a statue
Psychological
assault something
I've been pretty
was the South Park episode where they created a giant John Wilkes Booth to kill the giant Abe Lincoln that
Yeah, I
was
remember
brought
that.
to life during the David Blaine episode. That's the only time that I've seen a statue, and that was fiction.
or like the cartoon gargoyles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you could be
great.
Oh
great
yeah,
cartoon. Oh my god.
how badass would
Being
that be?
assaulted by statues
Was
out here.
Goliath-
Oh, dude, how badass would that be if they made a live action series of gargoyles? They have to. They have to be. Disney Plus has to be making that. Oh my damn! But
Dude, I will help them.
but no, I mean, so we agree. A statue can't assault somebody.
Yeah, this guy's a fucking retard.
Yeah.
He cares what he thinks.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
next-
it's-
I would say to him that America was not created to make people comfortable,
right.
and that you are sometimes going to be conflicted with. Or confronted rather with conflicting views to yours, and that if you can't really understand or like fathom why someone would think that, you're allowed to say that's the stupidest shit I've ever
You
heard
should
in my
run.
life.
You should run for politics because that
Take my
answer
spot,
right
take my
there.
spot.
Yeah.
that
But
was
I mean-
You'll be take my job. But no,
Vote for me.
Booster's running.
But
Booster 2020.
always-
I'm running for the first congressional district. I'm running against Lacey Clay in the primary, ladies and gentlemen.
we have a
No,
lot
I'm
in
not.
common. We have a lot.
There you go. Yeah.
We've like,
There
We'll
you
just
go.
sit there and agree with each other.
He's like, that Omar guy's like Muslim women were just allowed to drive last year in Saudi Arabia. We're kind of progressive. So anyway, here's my opinion on America. Yeah.
So let's take down this statue.
What the fuck?
The funny thing
They like
is
throw rocks at people. They stone people to
Yeah,
death still.
fuck Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Let me just put that.
Yeah.
The-
if we need oil, we'll talk. Otherwise, shut the fuck up. Like Jesus Christ.
So the
like,
funny
straight
the
up.
funny thing is, so Umar Lee, he also this is not just a statue being taken down. They want to change the name of the whole city and area of St. Louis.
To what?
And well, so you'll love this. And
Pleasantville.
please go easy on him because he's just a boy. Lee also wants to change the city's name to
Cuckville.
Confluence
Influence.
or Scott because those two
thanks.
names would really unify people and bring them together. What do you guys think of that?
I think if he wants to unify people, he should be arguing over a
Confluence
statue. If he wants to unify people.
Hey,
He's like trying to rename it.
I'll take this one. Umar, I'm a liberal. That's the dumbest shit I ever fucking heard in my life. Call it St. Louis, bro. Call it St. Louis. For better or worse, it's fucking St. Louis,
Oh my
okay?
God.
It's Underground STL. It's not Underground Confluence.
Welcome to Underground, Scott.
It sounds like something you take a pill for, Umar.
Oh my God, dude. No,
Hey,
so,
fuck you, Umar.
So
Just
No,
straight up
no,
fuck.
he's
Where-
hey. He's just a boy.
He's just a boy.
my baby boy.
Let him go. No, dude. So I think Umar, like watching the videos of him and stuff like that, he said St. Louis. This is kind of funny. He goes Louis the Ninth was like the Cubs, never won shit in his life. I'm like, you know what? That's a good way to bring the 1200s to modern day times to St. Louisans and be like,
He's like the Cubs.
no wonder so many people are protesting in front of the statue to be taken down. They're like, he was the Cubs of the fucking 11th century. No wonder. Oh my God. So anyway, yeah, we got some people down in the comments. Was it European? Arvon says, was it Europeans that thought Catholics were cannibals? I remember hearing that was a fear of the Japanese and other East Asian countries.
That was also a fear of Japanese and East Asian countries,
Okay, fear
of mine.
Arvon. But they were, in fact, in medieval time. You know what? I'd have to look back to find a year when this happened. But they 100% were persecuted for being cannibals, among other reasons.
Catholics were.
They constantly evangelized and tried to convert people, and people with the current.
So
that time.
Victoria, who called
More
in,
Christian.
she said, Sam, she's my kid. Of course she has bigger balls than you.
Oh.
You might want to get that checked because you probably shouldn't say she then as a pronoun if she does.
The statue causing a
No. One issue at a time.
Yeah.
No. Armand says no. A live adaptation of Gargoyles would be terrible. Let's stop encouraging Hollywood to destroy our childhood.
Live action of DuckTales.
Okay,
I'm calling for it.
We'll do it on
DuckTales.
ice. It's fine. We'll do an ice show.
Oh my God.
It's
Yeah.
a cowardly dog.
So yeah, I mean that's the whole thing. So Confluence or Scott? Not a fan of those two names.
Scott
for-
is the name of some
Scott.
dude you broke up with. in
Hey,
high school.
where are you from? Scott County.
Hey, it's like, hey Umar. it's like, hey Umar, move to Illinois with the rest of the fucking retards. like, get the fuck out of Missouri. Get the fuck out of here.
Go to Kankakee, bud.
Yeah, go to Illinois.
We always joke around on the show, Illinois is where God doesn't smile.
No, God hates smiling. He'll
what-
never
yeah.
smile in Illinois. He loves Missouri. It's his favorite state.
But yeah,
25.
all right. So
Almost 20 years in a row.
let's wrap this up here a little bit. Wrap this topic up.
Saw something Nazi. I don't know. I'm offended.
Oh, because I'm talking with my hands. I'm
You're
Italian American.
That's
There you
how
go.
Italians work.
So, are you guys for changing the name of the city of St. Louis, Anthony?
To what?
Confluence or Scott, I believe.
Mr. Rogerstown, just a big
You're playing my vanity now. You may have me there, but prior, no. I was like his mom couldn't even name him. His name's Umar. It's like fuck your name and like we're keeping St. Louis. Your name sucks. Move to Illinois. Get the fuck out of here. Go to Illinois.
What's
Fucking cuck.
if they would have just put a K in front of the Kumar,
Yeah.
that'd be
Maybe-
awesome.
yeah,
you know,
John White
so-
Castle or
yeah,
whatever, yeah.
absolutely.
I mean, that's his name.
Booster, what are you for changing the name of the city?
No. But no, you know what? I'd only be in favor of calling it Fuckville because I think that'd be the funniest. Fuckville.
You might
Missouri.
actually have voters in that. So.
Yeah.
That might actually.
That's a policy voters get behind.
Like the people who named that ship in Britain, Bodie McBoatface, and then
yeah.
and then the people who like put up the thing tried not to do it, and they got like protests. Never Bodie McBoatface.
That's great.
Ah,
I'm with that.
jeez.
It's better than Umar. We should
you know
rename
what?
Umar. We should
Yeah.
vote to rename him. Let's change his fucking name.
He said he was going to start a grassroots program to rename.
It'll never
St.
get bigger.
Louis. I know, right?
It'll always
Yeah.
stay grassroots.
So yeah, no, I mean, obviously, you guys know my opinion on this. I don't think that we should change the name of the city at all, St. Louis. You know, I'm Catholic, but you know what? Even
God
if I
bless you.
wasn't,
God
even if I was, I know, right? You know what? I'm probably gonna get a call from the Pope after this. Hey, I need to talk to you about the show with Anthony Rogers that you did.
Can you not say you're Catholic publicly anymore?
Yeah, I know,
Like,
right?
They like rape kids and like.
I
hey,
actually
Sam, you're giving us a bad name.
I actually messaged the priest that was protesting, that was trying to explain to protesters the history of St. Louis.
Yeah, he seemed
at the
cool.
statue.
That shit seems cool. I like the Catholics there.
Father Schumacher. I actually found him on Facebook, and I messaged him the show, and I was like, "Hey, we're talking about you tonight. I think it was very brave what you did, standing up against this mob that was kind of very violent, and don't take my word for it. Just watch the videos. I mean, not violent, but they were very, very aggressive and just very, very rude.
It was like white trash violent.
It was it was
It's like
just
Jerry Springer.
it was sad to watch, man.
Yeah, it was. First wave retards are the worst.
But you know what? Jerry Springer is staged. when you realize
Yeah.
that Jerry Springer is staged, and then you see people actually acting
and you
like
got
him
free
in real
hotel,
life.
free flight, and a little money. Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
but you know what?
yeah,
All
yeah.
right, so all three of us, we agree that the name of St. Louis shouldn't.
I mean,
shouldn't
take
change.
down like Nathan Bedford Forrest, but not St. Louis. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
for keeping St. Louis as the name and changing Umar's name.
There you go. There you go.
His
Well,
name offends me. His name
guys, it is what it is, which brings us to a song that we're gonna play tonight. What it is by Common Jones. It's the second one down, Booster. There you go.
You got a beer in the fridge?
Yes, we
I'll grab
do.
one
We do.
first.
Hey, guys, do not go away. Please do not
Vote
go
for me
away
Tuesday.
because
Vote for me Tuesday.
we are going to talk about the McCloskeys. You know the McCloskeys, pink shirt, AR-15, his wife with the pistol pointing it at protesters in their neighborhood. So we are going to talk about that. We got more juicy shit about St. Louis coming up, but for now, this is What It Is by Common Jones. Hit it, Booster. Boom.
What it is, what you're looking to find, it's right in front of you. So open up your mind. It's all around you. Open up your eyes. The truth is ugly, so I prefer to tell lies. Say what you're seeing, that invites to church it up. People feelings are valid, you get slapped the fuck up. Cause I'm trying to help you keep your teeth in your face. And I ain't too old to slap your mouth right above your face. Yeah. What it is, what you wanted it to be. It's not about you, it's not about me. It's bigger than the both of us, and I hope you can understand. Some pay it forward, some take them what they can. Some do it because they want the credit, and others act just to forget. I think it'd be much better if you let it. It's up to me and you to go and get it there. Cause I'm trying to help you keep your teeth in your face. And I ain't too old to slap your mouth right above your face. Yeah.
I never thought in a few years it'd come to be. If you were in my position, you feel defeated as me. Feeling free as a free fall. Seeking the stance, all working harder than ever. Motivation, we never stall. So pick up the pieces and get back on the grind. Paying dues, losing views, it's got us losing our mind. Like the harder we work, another step that we lose. The opposition is dynamite and you just hit the fuse. Cause we stay true to a word. To some of y'all was absurd. The chitter chat in the background, you get kicked to the curb. It's what it is in this life. Getting what you deserve. Cause there's a drought in the scene. That's why we're quenching your thirst. Buckle up and get ready because the battle's begun. Shit talking behind the back has become second to none. What it is in this life. What it is in this life. What it is in this life is what it is in this life.
Baby. All right. Make sure no other music plays. Guys, that was What It Is by Common Jones. You guys can find them on all forms of social media. But yeah, What It Is by Common Jones. So
Sorry, you guys had to hear that. Sorry, Vince, thanks for the beer. I appreciate it.
Yes,
shout
yes.
out to Vince for the beer.
Shout out to Vince for the beer. Vince, my roommate, he let us have some free beer tonight. So that was very generous of him. Oh, yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, make sure you wipe it off so you don't get COVID, you know.
I like
because that was in the
Swedish
fridge. You mean Belgian? Belgian beer. Bud Light. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, yeah. That's all right.
I can't even make a joke anymore.
That's all right. You know what? Next time you do a stand-up show, I know it's been a while. I will stand. I will stand at the other end. Now, I'll just yell your punchlines to you. Anthony, I'll have note cards up. Anthony.
If you could, I'm getting old, man. I'm getting old. Like, that would definitely work.
So no.
Right, if you're watching this, share this to all your fucking friends right now. Yeah. Vote for me Tuesday. Watch this shit
August
every day
4th.
of your life. Watch this show
August
every
4th.
fucking day of your life.
August 4th. If you think the beard is weird, then get out and exercise your American right. Damn right. Yes. No. Anthony Rogers is joining us, guys. If you are coming back, and ladies. Yeah. I feel like guys like
Hi,
I go
Victoria.
by I go by like a Latin perspective. You know, like in
sexist. It's not a big deal.
yeah,
I'm not that offended by it.
in Spanish, if you say chicos, that means boys, but it also means everybody, boys and girls. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, when I say guys, it's everybody. Look at me explaining myself like
I'm
the
only
freaking
slightly
mob's
offended.
gonna come
I'm
after
only
me.
slightly offended.
There you go. With that beard, you probably get confused for a woman a lot.
Oh
right?
yeah.
You know, bearded ladies.
A German woman, yeah. Like, are you a German woman? I'm like, oh.
Look at Booster. Booster's fluent in German. He's gonna be like,
I'm a German woman.
"And streifen Sie die Heifenstaven."
You are being foolish. We have ways of making you talk.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, man. All right, guys. So going into the third topic of the night. What is the third topic of the night, Booster?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, once again, it is the Missouri Attorney General wants to drop the charges against Mark and Patricia McCloskey.
Yes. So, guys, if you are familiar with the McCloskey case, and in fact, if you are fans of Underground St. Louis, we actually had a whole episode where we just went through tons of memes from the right and the left on the McCloskeys, and what was so funny was he was coming out in that pink polo and white pants, and she was coming out like they were just having dinner. Like, obviously, like how good would you look if somebody interrupts you having dinner?
I'd always look great. Even in the middle of dinner.
So like they come out and there's tons of memes made because they were pointing guns at protesters. But just to give a little background, Sam's gonna go on a rant here. Okay, just kind of give everybody a little. It's not gonna be as long as the last one, I promise. I swear to God. But all right, so some background. Kim Gardner, circuit attorney for St. Louis, brought charges against a local couple last month who were caught on video brandishing weapons on the porch of their mansion. Now the Missouri Attorney General is stepping in. Mark and Patricia McCloskey's response to protesters tearing down the gate to a private driveway and trespassing across their yard went viral. The McCloskeys, who are both attorneys, were eating dinner on their patio when several hundred Black Lives Matter protesters tore down a gate to gain access to a private community that was clearly marked as private with no trespassing. That's what it said. There were no trespassing signs. And there were multiple signs, too, at the gate and then in the driveway, according to pictures. Mark McCloskey claims that the protesters began making threats towards his wife and himself. He went into the home, retrieved a pistol, and what appeared to be an AR-15. I believe it was an AR-15. It was confirmed as an AR-15. I'm not that big of a gun nut.
I mean, AR-15s, the kind of the hallmark of them is that they're basically like the most basic parts of a gun. To function, and then they have a lot of like parts that can be like customized now.
So
his face got so pissed.
He knows it's funny. All right. So anyway, some believe that the McCloskeys were justified in defending their property and exercising their Second Amendment rights. On the other hand, some people believe that they were threatening peaceful protesters with violence and should be charged with a felony. Missouri Attorney General Eric Schmidt filed a legal briefing asking that the case be dismissed. So the case is still ongoing.
I'm kind of worried about their heart health because they're really fat. I hope that they don't die of like heart attacks soon or something.
They were very big.
They seemed obese, and I worry about their fitness.
I mean, they were St. Louis average.
They were American.
Not to be a dick out there, people, but
they were American average.
But it's just unhealthy, to be that fat. So I hope they lose weight.
They were big.
If they're worried about their well-being, they should lose weight.
You know what though? If you were making as much money as them, they actually that house that they're in. They actually redid it, and it was like a palazzo style and this and that. Blah, blah. Probably millions of dollars.
Is rich the new skinny? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what. Well, like, dude, if you were making that much money, like, and you were married and you're like,
I'd be a lot skinnier. I'd be on coke probably if I made that much money. I'd be just railing through coke lines. I'm looking for that budget.
I mean, you definitely could have bought a mountain of it with how much they had to spend on
my
that
damn.
damn house.
Oh, shit.
so anyway,
Those houses and castles out there. I love them.
So what do you guys think of do you think the McCloskeys were justified in their actions or should they be prosecuted?
I wasn't there, so I don't know, but it seems like buzzword bullshit again. It seems like some more divide tactics. But you're basically like, because if you're for them, you're against the protesters. If you're against them, you're for the pro. It's like can't you just say they're both idiots? Like the protesters are dumb, the fucking McCloskeys are dumb. They're all idiots. They're low level morons. Let's cure cancer. I don't know. Can we focus on the guy who's curing cancer right now instead of these fucking retards?
This did make so much
Divide
news,
tactics.
and this did make
Divide
so
tactics.
much, yeah.
Like they must argue. They
So
must
you're
argue.
thinking it's buzzwords,
I think all of it
being
is.
put
Anything on
out there,
TV is.
yeah.
I think most of it is but it's like okay, get passionate, whatever. I'm saying like we should get passionate about like curing cancer, like finding like I don't know, curing COVID-19. I don't know.
true,
There's
too,
other
yeah.
important issues. It's just like, but I feel like TV wants us to like argue all the time. They want us, all three of us in this room to have separate opinions on it and argue about it and just be like, oh.
Well,
it's
united we stand, divided we fall.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I worry
that
about
is
that
the
big.
absolute.
I worry about that big.
Yeah.
I think they're overweight, and I think the protesters are losers. I don't know. Fuck
Andy's
both sides.
Andy's just against everybody.
Yeah,
He's
fuck
just
both
against
sides.
everybody.
Gaining voters by the thousands.
That's how you talk
right
to people
there.
in St. Louis. That's how you talk. That's how people in St. Louis talk. Vote
Booster,
for me,
it
vote
is,
for me
it
Tuesday.
is.
Booster, vote for me Tuesday.
After calling somebody a fat retard.
Fuck
they're
you
like,
all, vote for
I'm
me.
like, fucking fat retards. Like, these fat retards, vote for me Tuesday.
Booster. We've talked about this many
Yeah.
times, you and I. And so what do you think? Do you think they were justified? What's your whole take on the situation on the whole video?
Big surprise. My opinion is nuanced.
Would you bang his wife though? Would you
Somebody's
bang his
gonna
wife?
call. Somebody's
Yeah.
gonna call
Yeah,
right now
that's
as
a
you're
fast
giving
yeah.
your.
I'm just gonna
as you're
wait.
giving your opinion.
Wait, that
calling?
was a fast yeah. You bang his wife? You said.
I'm sorry.
I go. Would you bang his wife? You go. Yeah. That was a fast yeah.
Is that? Whoa.
That was a super fast yeah. I was
I
like,
didn't even hear that part.
oh okay.
I love it.
You
No.
answered fast.
I love it
And
how
the
we're-
answer is no. I don't like.
I love it how we
Wife?
just got
Yeah.
done talking
What about
about
him?
Catholicism and we're talking about adultery right now.
Yeah.
And we just got done supporting a Catholic statue.
Oh, God bless her. I can still make jokes. My actual.
I was gonna say I don't really like blondes, but
What about the guy?
I mean, sure, he's a
I'd
brunette. I
I'd
like
straight up
brunette.
sulk his
If he
dude.
has a nice smile,
Straight up sulk
that's what really makes me fall. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and say that Missouri, number one, has no stand your ground law. It's controversial because of what happened with George Zimmerman. On the other hand, there is the unfortunate fact that the woman, even though it has now been reported, I'm not sure of the entire validity of every word that was reported. What was it, Camo X or Camo B? KSDK reported that apparently the pistol the woman was using,
And we're gonna get into that,
purposefully assembled incorrectly so that it could not fire. However, no one could have possibly known that on the protester side. And the way she was holding that pistol was the most dangerous thing I've ever seen. It was horrifying
Girls are bad at everything.
from a gun instruction standpoint.
Wait till you see him
And-
drive. They're even worse at driving.
yeah. Oh my God. I mean, like, literally, you have your finger on the trigger.
My
that
mom called me out for
any-
drinking on your podcast. My mom's watching your podcast. She goes,
Oh, hey, Miss
Hey,
Rogers, how you
Mr.
doing?
Rogers.
Brenda,
Whoa.
her name's Brenda. She goes,
Oh, Brenda.
It's a good thing you don't really drink anymore as you sit there looking like a Bud Light commercial.
True. What is it? What is that? Real man of genius.
Just called me out for drinking. I'm like, I barely drink, Mom. I pound like 4 beers already in the show.
Mister, I quit drinking last week, but I'm still drinking four beers today, guy.
That Mitch Hedberg joke's like, I
Mr.
used to
Four
drink.
drinks today, guy. He goes on. No, so all right, so kind of to
cold
get
now,
in,
yeah.
so Booster,
Yeah.
you say like Missouri law, you said the actual
Yeah.
gun, and then you said and then you said the gun handling.
Let
So
me really
keep
quickly
going.
before you do
Go
that.
ahead.
Let me just quickly say I think they should have been charged. I don't think that their punishment should be that severe. One, they didn't fire. Obviously, that was pure bit of luck and maybe a bit of ingenuity on the fact that that pistol was not loaded and assembled correctly, maybe. But if it had been, she almost would have surely had an accidental discharge, and I think that would have muddied the case extremely. But I think for them, I think there's no harm, no foul. I think that in the end, what should happen is maybe a fine, community service, no jail time. Like, that would be justice.
I think they should vote for me Tuesday.
Vote for Anthony. He said, "Fuck your pink T-shirt," but
He's got man tits. He's got man tits.
The funny thing is,
Who had bigger titties, him or his wife?
there was a lot of reports saying that they were actually Democrats, but Mark McCloskey has come forward and said that he is a diehard Republican.
Yeah, the Republicans.
Yeah, but he has given to Democratic candidates throughout history.
Straight
Oh yeah.
slut.
Oh yeah.
Is it weird that his girlfriend has like the same size tits he has? Like when I saw about like he has like titties in that pink like button up shirt he had those titties.
Yeah.
And him and his girl both have the same size titties.
That's funny.
No one talks about it. The Illuminati doesn't want you to know, bro.
Well,
Illuminati, they don't want you to.
They don't want you to know about the
don't want you to
titties.
know about
They don't
them.
want you to know titty
No,
secrets.
they don't want you to know about them.
Well, the funny thing is okay. So Booster, he went to go take a piss here, but
He'll be back.
here's the thing. So
He'll be back.
as far as I'm gonna hit on a bunch of points that he said. So he was talking about the gun was not assembled to fire. He talks about Missouri law. What does it allow? What doesn't it allow? And then he talks about the gun handling of the two protesters. So let me kind of go through. So we're gonna hit up with the gun handling of the two protesters. So this is coming from one guy that I watch. Are you familiar with like Colin Noir?
Is he voting Tuesday?
I don't know. No, I don't think he's a St. Louis resident. Yeah, I know. But
I don't know, man. I don't know,
Colin Noir is a gun right activist, and lawyer.
Activist.
And activist. And so he said, quote, as for the husband and wife, the husband's gun handling in the situation was recklessly atrocious, but he still had every right to do what he did. His wife, however, is a different story. There is a huge difference between carrying a firearm and pointing a firearm. Someone in the crowd may have directly threatened her life, and if you take their word for it, that's what they said happened. But it's he said, she said at this point. Just understand, if you're going to point your gun at somebody, you better be doing it because your life is in immediate danger and not just to scare and intimidate, because that, my friends, is an assault.
Yeah. So say
Not
like
to
a crowd
mention-
shows up on your house, like you probably would be in danger.
Right. So exactly. So we'll get to that point here in a minute. Not to mention how incredibly dangerous it is to point a gun at someone while your finger is on the trigger.
At least use a bazooka.
Horrible trigger control.
Use a bazooka, get nuclear weapons, stop being a pussy.
Yeah.
It's not 1950 or not 1930. I'm sorry. 1950.
I mean,
It's
look
not
at that
1930.
palazzo. They couldn't afford a couple ICBMs.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah. No nukes at all. The fuck is this? Is this Mexico?
They
Is this
couldn't
fucking
afford a
Mexico?
helicopter with the machine gun on it, just going down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or just hire Rambo to do everything.
Is this fucking Mexico? I'm just.
Oh my god. But yeah, so
Rambo.
that's the whole thing. Colin Noir he's been on Joe Rogan. He is a huge gun rights activist, and
Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan. Yes, there you go. Nothing. But yeah, Colin Noir. That's what he said in one of his videos that he did on the McCloskeys. So that was I
Who has
think
the better titties though? Like the dude or the chick? You think? Who had the better titties? Let's pull
Ah,
a picture. Can you pull a picture?
the
Can you pull a picture
dude.
on your phone or something?
no, yeah. I know what they look like. I'd
You're
say
like, I studied them
probably-
titties. I studied them titties.
I'd say, you know
But-
what? Honestly, that guy just screams like
He's more
a
feminine than
bald
she is, right?
eagle flying over, the Great Plains or something
Yeah.
like that. You know what I'm saying? Guy's such an American. He probably has the best titties, I'd say.
He
You know
probably
what I'm
better
saying?
titties than her, yeah.
Pink shirt out
Yeah.
there with an AR-15. Like, Jesus Christ. You can't, he's so cartoonish.
Yeah. He's got like,
it's not
he's
even
got like
funny.
C cups. He had like fucking C cups like out there. I'm just like, man, like
That's like Missouri Ledoux personified in an image. Am I wrong? like,
Missouri and Ladue together.
Yeah, just
yes.
bam,
Yeah. Missourians. and
look at his
Ladue.
nice khaki pants and his cute little golf shirt, and then his AR-15
Should be on a cover of
locked and
GQ.
loaded. Like,
Should be on a cover of GQ and NRA at the same time.
Sure.
Yeah. But yeah, so that kind of goes with the gun handling booster. I think most gun owners,
I mean,
they
it was,
saw that footage
It
and
made
even,
them want to tear their eyes out.
yeah, even though they agreed what they were defending, they did not agree with the gun handling. They thought it was just very reckless. Now, you mentioned Missouri law. So I hit on one point of the gun handling. Let me hit on your point about Missouri law. So this again is from Colin Noir, okay, gun rights activist and lawyer. He said, quote, peaceful protest or not, the protesters were trespassing. In Missouri, unlawfully entering someone's property or staying on their property without their permission means you've committed the offense of trespassing. If the property owners give you notice that you can't come onto the property, they can give this notice by installing a fence, telling the person that they can't enter, or posting a no trespassing sign. There was a gate with a sign that said private street, access limited to residents, and another sign that said private street, no trespassing. No one let the protesters into the neighborhood. They just opened or broke the gate and marched in. Thus, it's trespassing. So therefore, and in Missouri, they were on their lawn.
It's called Missouri.
It's not Missouri.
It's Missouri. So, is it?
That's,
Missouri,
you heard it from a
thank
Republican
you.
candidate here,
Missouri.
folks.
Missouri.
But yeah.
Vote for me Tuesday.
So, but no, they're on their lawn. If they came on their lawn, they have the right. You know what I'm saying? Like, should I? So there is a gray area there, but that's, that's Missouri law right there.
It was a stupid thing to do on the part of the protesters to veer off of essentially the. I was talking to my dad who reads
How's he been?
religiously. He's good. Thanks for asking.
That's good.
Had heart surgery a while back, but he's good now.
Oh, God bless him. Go back strong.
No, but he was telling me that essentially the reason that they were going through the McCluskey's compound was because it was a shortcut to Lyda Cruzen's house.
Apparently, no,
Yeah, it
but
wasn't-
apparently it
it-
wasn't though.
Yeah, I
Mark
saw, like,
McCloskey came on a couple,
or
couple,
it was perceived as
it was
a shortcut.
perceived as a shortcut, but Mark
Which-
McCloskey said that there's no. Now this is Mark McCloskey saying this. I have no idea what it is or not. I don't have a map of the freaking area. But Mark McCloskey said there is no way to get to her house through that neighborhood. So either they were just ignorant of it,
which is possible.
yeah, or they just went through that neighborhood to go through that.
I'm
neighborhood.
also gonna throw that out there. It's probably pretty hard to control. Like, I don't even know how many people, but let's just say it was like
It was a
450
couple. It was a
people.
couple hundred. It
All right,
was
a couple
it
hundred
was
people.
over 100. Yeah.
I mean, like, unless you have the absolute confidence of every single person as like the leader of that protest, like, I'm imagine it's probably pretty hard to direct a crowd like that one way or the other. And so,
well, at the time, it becomes
you know,
a,
I'm
it
not
becomes
defending
a,
what exactly
it
what
becomes
they
a
did, but-
mob. I mean, like, and not a mob in a negative sense, but it becomes there is a mob of people, like, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying, and they're coming in, like. That's
People,
the
I mean,
whole
a
thing.
lot of people were mad about it, and they were going to protest.
That's the whole
Lyda
thing.
Cruzen.
Can you really?
I don't think you
control
should
a
do it.
mob?
I don't think you should do it. I think it's a more powerful symbol to do it at like City Hall.
What do you think, Anthony? Do you think?
I think it's American it's like cucketry basically. So it's like I have a gun, they didn't do anything. The crowd's like I have a sign, I don't do. They're all cucks. The protesters and the what is the family called?
McCloskeys.
McCloskey, both cucks. Both sides are cucks. They're both losers. Straight up.
Yeah, you know, it's
Like,
that's
do
that's
dope shit. Do dope shit. Stop crying all the time.
yeah, that's
Do something. Do cool. I don't know. Vote for me Tuesday.
so.
He's consistent. I'll give him
Oh
that.
yeah. So here's the thing. So they're looking at you know.
do you actually care about these people? Like these fat people with like tits? The fat guy with tits and his ugly wife?
I
Do you
look
care about
at-
these people?
I look at.
You care about strangers?
I mean,
I don't know him from Adam.
in the
That's
context
the
of
whole
human
thing.
beings,
Do we
sure,
care about
but
That's real. Okay, that's real. But like, are
Yeah.
we supposed to be sad about everything on TV? Are we supposed to like care about everything on TV, not in real life? Like we're just supposed to care about the things they tell us to care
well,
about?
here's the thing. That's all is fit to print. So
So
like,
about
what
some-
actually goes on TV isn't the same as like what we should care about.
Yeah, we should
like,
care about
you know,
different things. We should care about real things. Like they're not. I understand they're real people, but like barely. You know.
I look at it this
Sorry.
way. I look at it this way. I look at the floodgates. If you open them a little bit, they're going to open a lot, right?
Yeah.
So I look at like, okay,
Oh, okay, I get
you know
what
what
you're
I'm saying? So
saying.
I'm
That's
looking
real.
at
That's real.
yeah. So I'm looking at okay. So these people, you know, everybody's talking about defund the police and shit like that. Were the police going to come? You know what I'm saying? We have no idea if they were or not, right? There was no private security there. Actually, apparently they're having really problems from now getting private security. This family, they're getting other threats and this and that, blah blah blah. And there's threats being thrown around on both sides. But
Yeah.
here's my thing: like, people come onto your property unlawfully, even though they probably had every good intention in the world. They were probably just wanting to protest. They had no idea, because somebody in the video said, we're on a sidewalk, public property. No, I think it's
private
just an
neighborhood, yeah,
ignorance.
so
Yeah,
like
it's
the
private
street, yeah,
neighborhood.
yeah.
Yeah. But so I think it's just ignorance on the protesters' part. They come in there and, you know, not all 100 people broke the gate, but all those people went through. So
so fast.
that's my thing. Like, you know, if this family defends themselves, whether they defended themselves irresponsible or not, they still defended themselves, and then they get charged for defending themselves, and their guns taken away, and this like
They
that.
got their
blah, blah,
guns
blah.
taken away. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they got their guns confiscated and everything.
Who does?
I worry about the floodgates where if I defend myself, if I defend myself lawfully, am I going to be charged as a criminal? That's what I look at.
You're supposed to just pretend you're a
As-
victim all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I look at
Well-
kind of like the cascade effect. Like, it just takes that one thing to set it over the edge, and then all of a sudden this becomes a thing in American society.
Do you even go deep, bro?
Oh, we go deep on
A
this
we
show.
go.
Oh, we go deep on this show. Booster, you seem like you want to say something.
No, I was just gonna say that it's like, again, I mean, like, being charged and being convicted are two different things. I mean, like, for
That's
a lot
true.
of people, I mean, like, getting a lawyer and stuff like that is pretty hard.
But
I
being
mean, both of them
charged
are lawyers.
could lead to conviction.
Exactly. Yes.
Yes.
Being charged could be lead to conviction, but I mean, again, it's the burden of proof being put on the prosecution that needs to be considered in these cases. Being charged does. I mean, like, a lot of people complain about how on my side of things, they complain about how police officers who are involved in like what are viewed as unlawful shootings, they don't get prosecuted, or they don't get prosecuted. Many of them are charged or not convicted, though. And there's a difference. Like, they need to be indicted by a grand jury who hears the evidence. And, like, if we live in this system and believe in this system, we have to abide by the rulings of that system.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, like, there are people who put their hands on the scale one way or the other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's well said.
We have a coin shortage right now, guys. Do you even care about that?
All right, you know what? You know
Anthony
what?
wants
You
to talk
open
about
this.
real
You open this
issues.
door, ladies and gentlemen. I'm taking over the show for a second. Eliminate the penny. Eliminate the penny from circulation. It is a useless, worthless coin. Anyway.
Well, yeah. Just to kind of sum up, this up, the last point that we have to hit on that I wanted to address you on is KSDK said basically Kim
Who the fuck is
Gardner.
that? Who's that?
Channel
Never
5
heard- never
News.
heard of 'em.
Yeah.
Never heard of 'em.
So
Do people watch TV still? It's not.
No?
Oh, that's what people watch before
You
Netflix.
haven't heard of that?
I forgot. Okay, yeah. I
that's
forgot.
exactly that's
Yeah,
what they
people
watch
watch it
before
Netflix. I forgot. Yeah.
and Prime,
Stream the
and
news.
Amazon
And the internet.
Prime, and all those. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot.
But yeah. So
The old news, yeah,
was
the old
Kim Gardner tampering with the evidence? The
name's
circuit
Kim-
attorney.
Timothy
Timothy
Gardner.
Gardner. Was she tampering with the evidence, or was somebody in her office tampering with the evidence? And this is a quote from KSDK. They said, quote, in Missouri, police and prosecutors must prove that a weapon is readily capable of lethal use when it is used in the type of crime with which the McCloskeys have been charged. Crime lab staff members field stripped the handgun, Mrs. McCloskey's handgun that she was pointing, and found it had been assembled incorrectly. Specifically, the firing pin spring was put in front of the firing pin, which was backward, and made the gun incapable of firing, according to the documents. Firearms experts then put the gun back together in the correct order and test-fired it, finding that it worked according to the documents. Crime lab workers photographed the disassembly and reassembly of the gun, according to the documents. Patricia McCloskey and her husband, Mark McCloskey, have said that the handgun Patricia McCloskey waved at protesters was inoperable because they had used it as a prop during a lawsuit they once filed. They're both lawyers. They once filed against a gun manufacturer in order to bring it into a courtroom. They made it inoperable. Their attorney, Joel Schwartz, confirmed to Five on Your Side that McCloskey's intentionally misplaced the firing pin on the gun and that it was in that condition when Patricia McCloskey waved it at protesters and turned it into their former attorney, Al Watkins. Here's what I have. That could all be true. Here's the problem that I have. She was off the stairs in one picture. She was on the lawn. I would, and you have a non-working firearm. What is going to defend you unless she really had confidence that that gun was going to scare them
She
away?
looked like a linebacker. She
Th-
probably
there-
took him. Probably just took him.
I was going to say, there is no possible way any of those protesters could have realized that it was, I mean, like, assembled correct or incorrectly. So I'm not sure how much it should factor into their judgment.
I feel like it's
personally.
it's just like another disinformation thing. Like we're fed so much information, we just argue all the time, and I mean I just feel like we have actual issues other than like these fucking losers.
Yeah.
Like I mean like anyone involved, like I mean. Like,
As you mentioned, like you don't want to like waste time with like issues that distract from
Actual
more important ones like helping
cancer,
the homeless,
curing
cancer
yeah.
research,
he gets it,
etc.
He gets it.
Yeah.
A Democrat that pays attention. He's original.
So
I'm smart.
I'm
Bitch.
trying to bait you. I'm
I'm
trying to
smart.
bait you. I'm trying to use smart word. Like, all right, but both
I'm the kind of
Christians
liberal
No,
who,
so I mean,
who makes
like-
you a liberal.
So we agree. So we agree. Kind of both sides are both in the wrong.
Yeah, pretty
There was a
much.
lot of ignorance
Fucking
around
both.
there. Again, it's a lot of ignorance. I think it's just ignorance. People just
I
don't
mean,
know.
does any
People
bar
aren't
fight like
educated.
think about it in the case of a bar fight? Does any bar fight
That's real. Yeah, that's
does
real.
any bar fight really have like 100% wrong side and the other side is like Oh, I was just sitting there
Yeah,
having my beer,
It's like,
offering
which fucking
cookies
idiots
to
do you agree with?
everybody.
Like, which fucking idiots do you agree with? You agree with these fucking idiots or these fucking idiots? I'm like fucking neither. It's like, what if Pepsi and Coke both taste like shit? It's like, I don't care. Like, another.
He's like, whoa, you're both wrong.
Anthony's like, I don't drink
brand
soda.
Loyal, I'm brand loyal to things that tell me on
RC
TV.
Cola, bitch.
I'm just saying, it's like, yeah. See how he's like that's how he's rile people up on brands and cheese. We're brainwashed.
Oh my
so we're just like
God.
talking about dumb shit. It's like there's so many fucking real problems. There's like, you know what I mean? It's like
There is. Yeah.
we'll all die of COVID arguing about a fucking statue.
So
Like, you mean, like,
yeah, I know, right?
What do you think about a statue? What do you think about everything took down? Like,
So
it's
we're,
like, they fucking die. These fucking idiots.
So we're all on the same page. There's a lot more probably important issues in this.
I mean, in the
like
end,
this show, like this fucking show.
Underground St. Louis.
that and to vote for Anthony Rogers on August 4th.
Ooh, did you just get endorsed by a liberal? I
Bam.
think you did.
In the primary, sure I did. Sure he did. Sure he did.
He's like, I like Lazy Clay. I like.
He's 100% winner. I got a bet here.
Okay, so
doubt.
we got some people down in the comments.
What the fuck are they saying?
And Arvon goes, if the penny is useless, then when I give someone $5
that.
for something that cost me $4.96, what are they supposed to give me?
$4.90.
Not charge you $4.96, Arvon. That's what.
I like how that's what's triggered him.
Victoria
He's like,
says-
fuck you and your penny opinion, bro.
Victoria,
He's been called you out on it. Like, he's like,
the
Victoria,
only reason it's still around is because of Illinois.
yeah, fuck Illinois.
Victoria says child sex trade. Arvon goes, what? And Victoria goes, there's kids being sold as sex slaves, but people
Well-
are really worried about some ugly old white people with guns. Literally,
Why is
no
that
one
about
cares
white people all
about
the
Pettywood.
white and I don't fuck kids.
But let's worry about this nonsense. So I'm thinking Victoria is mad that more attention is being given to the McCloskeys and not to
That's right. That's
Child sex
pedophilia.
trafficking.
Yeah, child sex trafficking
real.
in Hollywood. Yep.
true.
That is real.
One topic at a time, Victoria. We're gonna we gotta
If we go deep
do you know
on
how
that,
much-
we're going to be here for
do you know
another
how much
3 hours.
research I did today just to have everything. Like I cannot go into this
did
right
great,
now.
Sam. You
This
did great,
moment.
Sam.
Oh, thank you,
You did a
thank
good
you,
job,
thank you. But anyway, just kind of wrap up the McCloskeys. I don't think anything's really going to come of this because President Donald Trump's press secretary, Kayleigh McEnany, who's awesome by the way, she's beautiful as hell too, called the charges brought forward by Kim Gardner and quote abuse of power. Missouri Governor Mike Parson has said he will pardon the couple if they are convicted. Missouri Attorney General Eric Schmidt filed a legal briefing asking that the case be dismissed. I don't think anything's coming from this case.
That was like
I
poetry.
really
That was
don't.
like poetry. The flow was like poetry.
Oh, thank you.
That was a great flow.
Thank you.
What do you think, Booster? Good flow.
Oh, it was excellent.
That was a great flow.
But yeah, no.
Sexy, really.
It was great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm jerking off behind the table. You can't see me. You only see my upper body.
Look at it.
But,
Look at it.
yeah.
There you go.
You only
Yeah.
see my upper body, but you can't tell I'm jerking off. Right
You're
now.
very, because when I do it, I kind of like bounce up and down.
It's
You're
control.
very
It's control.
controlled. You
Yeah,
got
it's control.
great ab.
I learned from Bruce Lee. I
Core
learned how to
strength.
jerk off from Bruce Lee.
The master
my
of the
day.
pocket
Master
rocket.
of all.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Hey, guys.
So
if
wait,
you,
you're voting for me in the primaries? You said? It sounded like a yeah. Look at that. You're getting there.
I don't think I live in your district.
Where do you live? Where do you
yeah,
live?
he lives in Sunset Hills right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sunset Hills isn't in the district.
He's like, and I wouldn't if I lived here.
I'd endorse you in the primary for sure. In the
Oh, yeah.
Republican primary.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, so guys, if you're watching, let's get off this this jerk off and liberal Republican.
Oh,
conversation.
God.
Anyway, no, fucking
It's like pro
no.
wrestling. It's more.
Yeah,
You can't look away. You can't look away.
Exactly. No, but guys, yeah.
slam.
What you guys? I think we
Finish
solved a
guys.
lot of. I think we solved a lot of issues tonight.
The world's safe.
Yeah.
You're welcome. The world's all your problems are fucking over. You're rich now. You fucking
Yeah.
whatever else. Like you're healthy.
I think we need to do
Yeah,
this
it goes
more
to me
often.
now. I had the entire. That's how. So was his voice activated? The camera just goes. It was voice activated.
No, Booster's on
Oh,
underneath
you can-
controlling
oh.
the. Yeah.
I thought
I've
he
been
was
doing
something
it this
else.
whole
Oh,
time.
he
I
does
thought he
a
was doing
lot.
something else. Okay,
Oh, he
that
does a
makes
lot.
sense. Okay.
No,
Well, that's
but-
Babe. Shout out to Babe Ruth, the best baseball player ever.
Woo!
Hitting home runs drunk.
Hell yeah, man.
Fuck
That's
yeah,
the
vote
only
for me
way to do
Tuesday.
it.
He also pitched a lot.
He
Actually,
did. He was,
He
a
was a
pitcher as
he was
well.
a pitcher
Yeah,
too.
he was
That's
a
why a
pitcher.
lot of people, when they talk about Babe Ruth versus Barry Bonds as the greatest of all time, Babe Ruth played more positions.
Yeah, Barry Bonds is a fucking cuck.
He did.
And Babe Ruth didn't do steroids.
Yeah, he didn't have to. He
did
did fat.
alcohol.
He did it fat and drunk. Props.
He was. I mean, he was facing much worse pitching, but
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He did during
Let's
the
be
Great
fair.
Depression.
So Anthony, did you have fun tonight? Did
Oh,
you have fun
no,
on the show?
No, I was actually. You guys like held me at a gunpoint, kidnapped me from Target on Hampton.
We got a
You brought me
shotgun.
in a van. You brought me in a fucking van, and you asked me if I'm having fun. Like you kidnapped me.
hey,
got a
we
shotgun
told you
under
not
the
to
table.
mention
Is
that.
This is kidnapping, right?
Oh, now we got to kill you.
Uh.
Nah, so Booster, did you have?
You just read a congressional candidate.
That's true. I thought you
You're like, no,
were gonna say
no.
representative. I'm like, wait, not yet, but no, candidate now.
No,
Yeah.
no.
So, Booster, what'd you think of tonight? You had fun.
Yeah,
you
I
had fun
had
hanging out with the conservatives.
I had fun. It was easy to agree with him on these issues because I agree with him on these issues
Vote for me
most
Tuesday.
of the way. But I'm gonna go ahead and say I didn't like how everyone seemed to call when I was starting to talk. So
Hey, fuck you, callers.
call
Have some
when they're
respect.
talking. God damn
Have
it.
some
Anyway,
fucking respect, callers.
I'm just kidding around. Thanks for
Oh, my
thanks
God.
for participating, everybody. I think we had a lot of fun tonight,
Oh, we
and
did.
I know
Vote for me Tuesday.
you know
Watch Rampage
we
Down on Netflix.
yeah I go ahead and endorse Anthony. I'm gonna go ahead and endorse Anthony Rogers here now. A liberal endorsement
Whoa!
for the Republican primary.
Get out
only.
of town,
Well,
really.
thank you, man.
Hey, no problem.
Look, you guys
All right.
can't see it. They just shook hands.
Yeah,
on
we,
it.
We're
uh,
about to fuck, though. We're
we-
gonna make out
yeah.
a little bit, and then we're gonna fuck.
Well, first we have to wash our
Time to
hands.
party,
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure we have to
Yeah,
wash
wash
our
your hands. We'll
hands
have to fuck
before
with a mask
before
on.
we fuck.
Well, yeah, we'll wear a mask.
Yeah,
too.
all
Yeah,
right.
you guys gotta wear masks.
All right.
too.
This is like getting real now. It's getting real.
Anthony, go ahead and plug yourself. Let everybody know before we go out with this.
What if
baby.
I don't
Go
want
for
to?
it. Well, I mean,
All right, I'll still do it.
I mean, he's been plugging
it's a free country. It's a free country.
All right,
right?
so watch on Amazon Prime. Don't watch this movie. I directed it. Watch Rampage President Down on Netflix. I'm in that. 9th credit or some shit like that. It's a dope movie. Uwe Boll's cool. Vote for me fucking Tuesday, or I'll send you to a concentration camp and I win.
Oh my damn.
So I had to say it. Could you imagine if Hitler was just real? He's like, I'll fucking kill all of you.
Just
You
like
don't vote for me.
just like St. Louis the Ninth, apparently. Like Jesus Christ.
Enjoy your
Oh
concentration
man.
camp. You don't vote for me.
Oh way. Oy
Imagine
vey.
if Hitler said that. What balls that would be?
Oh my God, dude.
Your show's gonna
That'd
get
be-
banned. It's already banned.
I know. Yeah,
already
it's
banned.
yeah. We're gonna be in the slammer. Yeah,
There's
guys.
no way this makes it past the YouTube censors.
I know. Seriously, right? Yeah.
Zero chance.
I'm gonna get that community guidelines notification.
Your face, dude. I watched the recap on my back. Your face when I said that was like you like froze. It was on your face when I said that. It
Man.
was like you're like
The funny thing is Anthony is a comedian, and there's a lot of shock humor with it.
This is
And if
joke,
you
yeah, it's
don't
all
know,
joke,
I know.
clearly.
And if you don't know that he's
Yeah.
joking, of course it's gonna sound horrible. But like when you know him, when you've hung out with him, when you've had a few drinks with him, you know that he does shock humor on everything. So yeah. Well, honestly, Anthony, thank you for coming on the
Joe,
show,
thanks.
man.
Honestly, I did have
yeah.
fun. I was fucking with you. I wasn't kidnapped.
No,
guys.
yeah,
For legal
absolutely,
reasons,
yes.
I was not kidnapped. These are great people. Thank you. I
Absolutely.
love being on the show. I appreciate it. For
Good.
It'd be
Good.
real.
And guys, if you do want to vote for Anthony, go ahead,
Tuesday.
vote for him. August 4th, Tuesday.
I'll lock you up, motherfuckers.
Hell yeah! Exercise your right as an American, and also don't forget, if you have not already, to subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and visit undergroundstl.com for more information and exclusive content. Big thanks to our special guest again, Anthony Rogers. Thank you to our I can't even talk. I can't even get through this.
Executive
I
producer
know.
Booster.
Executive producer Booster,
AKA
for helping out tonight.
BC.
He does a lot more than you realize. I am your host, Sam Catanzaro, and this has been another Underground St. Louis interview. Thank you all for watching, and as always, we go deep.